32 pilots, $8 million worth of gliders, one battle against the elements. Join me on my epic adventure at the World Gliding Championships in Texas, where I experienced thrilling and emotional moments on my journey to the world title.
We made it! Yes!
First off, meet my new companion, the AS-33ME. Getting to know this aircraft was both thrilling and demanding. I dedicated 80 flight hours in just 4 weeks to truly understand its capabilities. This wasn't about competition or pushing it to the limits with 600 kg of ballast, it was about having fun and mastering the fundamentals. The absolute highlight was a 7-day gliding adventure that took me from Germany through Poland all the way to southern France. Imagine discovering new landscapes from a bird's eye view every day. The vast forests of Poland, the breathtaking alpine panoramas, and finally the sunny vineyards of southern France. It was simply mesmerizing. And the best part, on the way back I had a chance to marvel at the majestic Mont Blanc up close, a sight I will never forget. If you'd like to see a video of this incredible journey and enjoy the spectacular footage, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now let's talk about the logistics of getting the glider to Uvalde, Texas. We shipped the AS-33 in its trailer from Emden all the way to Freeport, Texas.
Hey guys, from Texas. I'm sitting here in a pickup truck in a Ram 1500 from U-Haul. It's my rental car for the next 25 days or so. I'm on the way to Freeport to pick up my AS-33ME. I'm waiting now. I asked here in this shelter to drive in there. I'm not allowed to drive in there with my German driver's license, somehow because of security stuff. But what's really funny, over there I saw another glider, and it turns out that's the Ventus 3E, which Simon Schröder, my teammate, will fly. Really cool. I will get this sorted out somehow, and then let's hope that also the tow hook and everything works. We are here in the harbor area, and I have an escort ahead of me. She will bring me to my trailer. Whew. What a struggle, but it worked better than expected. It's attached. I'm not sure, I didn't check the lights, if they are working. Yeah, and here we are directly in the harbor. Look at this incredible weather. It looks like Namibia, I would say. Really high cloud base, nice views. Awesome.
Arriving in Uvalde was a whole new experience. We got there 10 days before the opening to get some training flights in. Together with Simon, we did shorter flights to acclimate to the heat and the fast weather conditions. Trust me, flying there is different. It's intense. We made sure not to overdo it though. The heat can be exhausting and we wanted to stay fresh for the competition. But honestly, even the training days were something else. They were much more fun than the World Championships in Australia. On one of our training tasks, we hit an average speed of 166 km per hour. It was exhilarating to experience that with my new AS-33. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my previous video where I dive deeper into our training here in Uvalde. One of the most heartwarming parts of this trip was the opening ceremony and our host family. Each nation was assigned a host family to help us out, and ours went above and beyond. They provided a vehicle with a decorated trailer for the parade, making us feel right at home. The night before the ceremony, Heather and her wonderful family invited us to a barbecue. It was an amazing evening filled with great food and even better company. a huge thank you to Heather and her family for their hospitality. You guys made our stay truly special. Let's talk about the first competition day. The excitement was high, but so were the challenges.
From the first competition day of the World Gliding Championship here in Wolli, Texas, let's talk about the tactics at the first competition day. Of course, everyone says they want to try to make the task, don't lose too much and take it easy. I would say somehow that's true, you don't need to risk a lot, but of course it's a competition day like all the other 12 or 13 which we will have hopefully. So of course we also want to get some points and don't lose too much or even win a little bit. Let's see, we won't wait too long to start the task so that we don't fall outside of the good weather window. At the end of the day, weather conditions are a little bit better than forecasted, at least by SkySight, because we have a few cumulus clouds already in our area. Here to this direction you can see the first ones. And you see here on the screen, the first direction is a little bit to the right hand side, so it's really perfect. Up to now everything is fine. I need to wait a long time here in the air, so I should relax a little bit, drink a lot and save some energy for the task. Other than this, it really is another day here in this nice area. Looks like a little bit of southern France, really dry, it is so hot in here. But I'm looking forward to a great race, and the weather really, makes me want to fly fast today.
Today's challenge is a 532-kilometer racing task. But what's a racing task in gliding? It's a predefined course that we pilots must complete as quickly as possible. The course consists of several waypoints with a diameter of 1 kilometer that form a circuit, this time spanning 532 kilometers. We are allowed to start at a designated time window. Usually this opens 30 minutes after the last launch, and we are not allowed to use our engine, just skill and strategy. We must efficiently find and use thermals to gain altitude, glide at optimal speeds and make tactical decisions on the fly. Right now we are in a gaggle of gliders waiting for the start line to open. Personally, I try to avoid this situation as much as possible. It requires an extraordinary amount of concentration to prevent any mid-air collisions and to ensure safety every moment. However, before crossing the start line, I need some time to check the weather one more time. Relax as much as possible, have something to drink and eat, and yes, take a bathroom break. We have a 3.5 to 4 hour task ahead of us that will demand everything we've got. We decided on an early start today, aiming to stay within the optimal weather window. The day's top competitor, Christoph Abadi, had a similar plan and was hot on our heels. In the very first thermal, he caught up to us, adding to the pressure. That first thermal was exceptional, 4 meters per second up. It set our expectations high, maybe too high. After the first turn point, things got uncomfortably low. The clouds weren't providing lift as reliably as they did during training. You can see we are all restless, each trying different options to regain altitude. After a 60-kilometer glide, we finally found lift again, though not as strong. To avoid losing more speed, we had to invest time climbing back to the higher altitude. I decided to follow Christoph, while Simon chose a different route. Small decisions can have big impacts. Shortly after, Simon found himself just 290 meters above ground, on the brink of having to deploy his electric motor. That counts as an outlanding and would have crushed any chance of a top placement on day one. Just before the third turn point, I decided to climb high. With the tailwind, each circle pushed me closer to the turn point, saving distance I'd otherwise have to cover straight on. At over 3,000 meters, the cloud base was pleasantly high. I finally felt in the flow.
Ja, sehr gut. Die haben da ziemlich hochgekurbelt. Ich versuche mal mehr geradeaus. Also ich schätze mal auch so 4 Meter steigen bis 5 vielleicht. Ich glaube, die kann man relativ lang entlang fliegen.
After reaching my personal high point, I believed I could regain some lost points by choosing a different route. Confident in my decision, I thought my alternative path would give me the advantage I needed. However, things didn't go as planned. The leading group was a bit faster, even though I had some brilliant lines. But that's how it goes when you're up against the world's elite. Now it was down to the final sprint. With a solid final glide, there were still points to be gained. Over a 110 km final glide, achieving a glide ratio of 48 and an average speed of 186 km an hour against the wind, I almost caught up to the leading French team. With an average speed of 152 km an hour, I secured 4th place for the day. In the end, I was 2 minutes and 10 seconds slower than the day's winner, Christophe Abadie. I'm extremely satisfied with this great start to the competition. On to the next day. To ensure you don't miss the next episode of the World Gliding Championship in Uvalde, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Cheers, guys.